Hi everyone, I'm Abby Morgan and I am one of the marketing subject librarians here at Miami, and today I'm going to walk you through how to use MRI Simmons. So the easiest way to get there is to go to the library's website, which is lib.miamioh.edu, hit databases A to Z, hit M, and then scroll down until you see MRI Simmons. You may need to put in your Miami credentials and then hit a login screen. You can just hit proceed here. I also wanted to point out that on the side, these pictures are actually blog posts. Once we're in MRI, you'll see a list of all the reports done by everyone at Miami, so your work here is not private. And before we really start to dive into why and how you'll find information here, it makes sense to go over just exactly what Simmons is. Essentially, it's based on data that's collected from a mail-in survey that goes out about every year to 25,000 households in the United States, and this survey asks these people about their purchases and their shopping habits and their media use. So what you'll find in Simmons is an idea of what the typical consumer is for whatever product you're researching, and also the media that they consume, like what websites do they go to, and you can build tables that let you compare lots of data to test ideas about how to market to different consumers. Now we're going to build a crosstab. Go to Analyze and then choose Crosstab. You can do more unique studies with Crosstab. For example, if you wanted to compare many different types of consumers with very specific attributes and how likely they are to use your product or your competitor's product. And this can also help you think about where you might target shoppers. When you're in the Composer, there are a couple of things to note. First is the study. Since we have an academic license, our data is 2 to 3 years behind. So make sure you keep that in mind during your analysis. The second is the way that this works is that you're basically taking the data from the left and putting it into the 3 categories on the right. Bases means the population that you're studying. The default is the entire US population. You can change this to be just men or just women or just people of a certain age or even specific consumers of products. Columns and rows are how you're going to organize your data for comparison. Generally, you'll want to put products in columns and people in rows. It'll make more sense when we walk through the example. So first we'll pick our product and we're going to use Starbucks Double Shot. It's easiest to search for your product rather than trying to find it in the list. You want to pick the product category and then MO, which stands for most often. You can choose which products you want to compare. Click this really small add button and then make sure that you add them to columns. I'm also going to select Red Bull so that we have some more products to compare. You can keep adding from different categories. You don't have to just choose one and you're stuck with those options. Then we'll pick all the different consumers that we want to compare. So there are a whole bunch of lifestyle statements, information about different products, shopping information, consumer information, food, apparel. Here's the shopping. Let's look at home improvement stores. And we'll look at people that shop there in the last 3 months. And we can choose all of them, or we can deselect some of them if there are ones that aren't of interest to us. And then we say add again. And this time we put them in rows. So now that we're done with home improvement stores, we can add additional consumers to compare. You can see that this list really just kind of goes on and on. We'll scroll all the way back up actually to travel. And in travel, we will just take this first one, which is going on a cruise ship vacation, and we'll see, have you even gone on a cruise in the last 3 years? We'll add them, we'll put them in our rows. Then we'll look at this entertainment and leisure section and look at people that have gone to live theater or concerts or dances. and we'll say, did you attend one in the last 12 months? And specifically a concert or music festival. And we'll add them to our rows, and then we'll run our report. So now we've created this report, and you can see that we're comparing all of those different consumers to all of these different product categories. So here's the one that we were originally looking at, Starbucks Double Shot. And the most important thing here is this index column. And that's going to tell you about the likelihood that these consumers are to be purchasers of this product. What the index number does is it gives you a percentage of whether or not a person is more or less likely than the average American consumer to have used this product in the last 6 months. So if the number is over 100, then that means they are more likely to have used it. And if it's under 100, they're less likely to have used it. So in our example, if you look at people who attended a concert compared to double shots, their index number is 126. So that means that they're 26% more likely to have consumed this product. And then if you look at people who took a cruise vacation, their index number is 88. So that means they're 12% less likely to have consumed this product. You can download this data into Excel, which I highly recommend. I also encourage you to engage with the data, experiment, and play around. Just make sure that you know what you're looking at. And if you have any questions about how to interpret this data or how to get access to it, you can always contact me or Zach Grisham, who's the other business librarian, and we'd be more than happy to assist you. Our information can be found on the marketing course guide, and there are also links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and in the next video, we'll go over Quick Reports and Brand Catalyst.